Oh. Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. Bryce Castillo. Here on the Night Attack Pre-Show. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Okay, I need a quick can check. No, I need a quick check can. I need a can check. We could do a can check in a minute. I need a check can. What do I go with first? I got 2 cans here. Do I go with the St. Elmo beer? Now I'm told that this is a Vienna lager. Lagers are the kind of thing that I'm okay drinking. Oh boy. Also got a very slick, printed label. It's got a printed label on there. It's very weird, kind of waxy. Or do I go for the energy first with a Diet Mountain Dew, maybe New York City? Let's get a 1. Let's get a 1 in the chat for St. Elmo beer, a 2 in the chat for Diet Mountain Dew. Get a 1 or a 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pre-show. A lot of 1s come in. Only a couple 2s. All right. All right. All right. Blue Front says Diet Mountain Dew is the worst. I think it's not a good version of Mountain Dew. I'll tell you that. But as far as diet drinks go, I think it's fine. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm going to give it another chance unless there's one last big 2 push. Okay. Then here we go. Let's get a crack. Let's get a crack check. Ready, 3, 2, 1. And go for crack and cue crack and go crack. Yes, I said big 2 push. All right, well let's okay, well a little bit of social drinking before we go. This is St. Elmo beer, the norm. That's cheers. Cheers! Ate! Kampai! There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Pretty solid. Tastes like a lager. I'm gonna put the little alerts up here during the pre-show, so everybody knows all the notes. Hello, everybody. All right, it's the start of the pre-show. We're gonna do Bryce's birthday borner. Bum. And so this is the part of the pre-show where we celebrate anyone who had a birthday between June 17th, last Wednesday, and today, June 23rd. Now, we don't need to worry about Chris Brown. Normally, if we can't find anyone who had a birthday within the past week, we do have to, by birthday law, send our regards to Chris Brown. So thankfully, we don't have to do that. My birthday was on Friday, which was great. Plain old Sir says my birthday was Friday, June 19th. That's awesome. Let's see. Real Andrew May says it was his mom's birthday. All right. My father had his birthday on Sunday also. And yeah, Stacy, who's sometimes in the chat, her birthday's today. So congratulations to everybody. Dr. Arby's birthday was yesterday. That's right. Congratulations, Dr. Arby. I think that's isn't that still today here in this time zone? Renova Girl, my mother's birthday was June 20th. Okay, that'll count. Cassandwich 3, my friend's birthday on Sunday. Okay, all right. Very cool. Well, thank you to everybody. I got a lot of nice tweets and messages about the birthday. Congratulations to everybody who had a birthday over the past 7 days. All right. The Twerk says that this week Chris Brown owes us a happy birthday. I'm not saying that. That's not the laws of birthday rules. That's not the laws of birthday rules. But if you wanted to. We can. Hello, everybody. All right. What else is going on? You guys want to talk a little tech? A little tech talk? We'll talk about the Twitch and Mixer stuff a little. Well, we will actually have a moment to briefly touch on that in the show. On the show, let's do that. Radio tease for the show. Ba 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 ba. No. What is it? Ba da 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 da. There we go. Show pre-tease. Entertainment news. You're about to be entertained by a podcast. We are gonna do a new edition of News 6. The news. That's 6. So that'll be fun. It took a long time. Thank you to a bunch of folks in the Discord who used the Help Out channel to post a few News 6 articles over the past week. I also brought in some of my own. This week, it's News 6 is kind of tough to do right now. Not a lot of great news. But we made it work. Hopefully this is a good one. We got some fun. There's especially one question that is specifically very funny. So I'm excited for that. Let's talk tech. On yesterday. Fuck, that was yesterday. Apple had their Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC. They call it Dub. And they don't call it Dub a lot, but they put it on their demos and stuff, enough to where it's like, all right, the people who are there say Dub, and no one else says Dub, whatever. But they showed off a bunch of new stuff coming to the devices. They showed off the new iPhone and the new iPad software. So widgets coming, which is pretty cool. App library stuff, some like a lot of like minor tweaks. Software is always interesting because it's the hardest stuff to leak out, and it ends up being like a lot of like little features. This is another kind of like quality of life sort of incremental upgrade. Renaigu says iOS 14. Here you go, Android features from 10 years ago. There's certainly some amount of that, right? Now you can have an app installed, but it can be hidden. You can hide pages of your home screen. You can have kind of similar to an app drawer. You have that app library. I'm excited for iPhone picture-in-picture. I watch a lot of video on my phone, and I would love to be doing anything else while I'm watching video on my phone. So that's kind of neat to see. I don't know that it works. I don't know that it 100% makes sense paradigm-wise on a phone versus like the iPad, where you have a lot of real estate to play around with. But I think that's pretty neat. For the iPad, pretty much I'll say a lot of stuff with the Apple, a lot of stuff with pencil and handwriting stuff. That's pretty neat. Just start writing and we'll just put text there. Some sort of handwriting recognition stuff. That stuff's pretty interesting. Some new watch stuff. I love they've got hand washing recognition. Oh no! Oh, this net just went out. Well, why did it do that? Okay, so I can't see the chat anymore. That's cool. I just can't see that anymore. Okay, well, if someone walks in this room, I'm gonna go ask them to. Nope, he did not. Okay, cool, great, awesome. I'm glad that this is happening again during the pre-show. The chat only mode. Hello, everybody. All right, now I have the chat here. Hopefully, I have it here. Yep, and then can someone restart it? Yes. There we go. All right. Well, I've got you guys here on my phone. We can listen to. Oh, we can. I will switch over to the Monster Cat music. There we go. There we go. But yeah, so the watch stuff, they've got a thing where it can recognize when you're washing your hands, and it'll like start a little timer for like, hey, you need to keep washing your hands. Wash your hands. I thought that was just kind of a fun little thing. Sleep tracking looks interesting. I don't like wearing anything to bed, but certainly not like a rubber and metal and glass on my wrist. So I probably wouldn't do that. Maybe I would try it, but I probably wouldn't do it for a significant amount of time. And then the big thing is Apple moving to their own chips, Apple silicon as they called it, because they're making good chips, and so I guess they're gonna move to a version. They never once say ARM. They are ARM chips, but they never say ARM in any of their stuff, which is interesting. I'm sure they'll figure out a better name than Apple Silicon. But it's interesting because, I think about what I would use a Mac for, and just the ways that I use a desktop computer right now. And it's like, we got the professional stuff or all the Adobe stuff, which they say is mostly already ready and coming. Occasionally I'll use Microsoft stuff, and then a lot of stuff I use on the web. And so, it's always a transition for that, because they have to recompile things. It's like a whole new language, basically. But it sounds like they've got emulation stuff going, the new version of Rosetta, and all that. So I think it's neat. And hearing that, seeing that the gains that they've made in those processors over, the past 10 plus years, whatever, like they're, performance-wise, serious competitors. So I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. And given that, like, the Mac side was already kind of its own, Galapagos Island, like, I think there will be a transition period, but I think it won't be as crazy. It might not be as crazy, especially because I think they're banking on a lot of the apps, it's kind of going to dealing a lot with, you can run iPhone and iPad apps on your Mac now. Like, I think they're kind of hoping that solves a lot of development problems. That's some WWDC stuff. Let's see here what some folks are saying. Renagu says Windows on ARM was always shite. Yeah, Windows on ARM is a solution for a problem that doesn't exist, really. Like, there have always been like Windows tablets and netbooks and stuff, but I don't think that anyone who's used those products has ever said, I need something for me, because Windows has never really made a good justification for having UWP and the Windows App Store. They just aren't enticing people to use those things. I have the Netflix and the Hulu UWP apps, and even the Hulu. By the way, the Hulu one still does not give me HD video content, which fucking sucks. But I also don't even use those. Like, that's maybe the third or fourth on the list of how I watch those streaming services. So that's it. It's interesting. It's interesting that they have it. It's good for them to have options, right? It's always good for that they have options. Plain old sir says, if you're supposed, so we're talking about the sleep tracking. If you're supposed to have your watch on 24/7, when you're supposed to charge it. My experience with the watch, I got it on me today, is I can get about 2 days. I can get about 48 hours of wearing usage out of it, or not charging usage out of it, and it charges in an hour or two, not even that. And so I will, if I don't charge it overnight, because I don't like to wear it while I sleep, I'll do it like when I shower or right in the morning. So like, yes, the Fitbit works for a week straight, whatever, but it's a different thing.
All right. I guess it's time for a confession.
Oh, okay.
Hello,
Hi.
Father. My name's Brian Brushwood. Wait, do you say who you are?
No,
wait. Yeah, they even put up like that whole board,
kind of a whole
so
thing.
you won't know. Yeah.
Is this Tech Talk?
Yes, it is a right now confession. I walked in and saw you and John discuss restarting the Spectrum internet, and I was like, oh, sounds like the next 15 minutes are going to be nothing but treading water. I'll just walk over here and get a beverage. I'll go to the bathroom. Gonna take my time. Seems like it's been about 15 minutes. Hey, Bryce, how are you? And I was like, you son of a bitch. You rat bastard, you confess immediately.
Yeah.
And now you're all caught up.
Yeah. So did you watch any of the WWDC stuff?
No, which is a little bit shocking. What, given, like, I don't know, there used to be a don't miss moment. Was there anything good?
It's all soft. It was almost all software stuff, right? Here's the new iPhone software. Here's the new iPad OS. Here's the new Watch OS and stuff. The big deal, which we just mentioned a little bit, is that they're moving.
Oh my God, I know this.
Okay.
He said, introducing our latest development, Gary. And then Gary from Spectrum walks out, and everyone's like, boo! He's like, and then Gary mocks the audience, and then they wrestled.
Almost.
Okay.
No, they're going to be moving the Mac OS, the Macintosh computers, to Apple created chips, not Intel processors, and so they're having to do another multi-year transition like they did from PowerPC to Intel.
I thought they were like ARM chips or something. Or?
They are ARM chips, but
Okay.
they are doing everything in their power not to say the word ARM.
Got it. They're like, they're from us.
But they are.
They're powered by us.
I think
They're powered by these sweet muscles and milk.
well, and I think like in the ARM space, right? There's like a lot of ARM chips, and Apple has made a point of setting their chips apart, and so if they just say ARM, it's like, oh, like Snapdragons and shit.
Wait, so like the A5, A7, all of that stuff, those were all Intel chips in the mobile devices, or in?
No,
those are all ARM chips.
Those are all Apple created ARM chips.
Got it.
Yeah, and so they have like a new developer kit that's like it's a Mac Mini, but it has an A12Z in it, which is the processor in the new iPad Pro. It's like their current big chip.
Got it.
And so they're having this it'll take a long time to kind of transition over people to using it. But like I was saying earlier, like the Mac OS space was already kind of a Galapagos Island, right? You already were having to make, ports and build your apps differently over there. But now you're building it on the foundation for the iPhone and the iOS, or like the iPad apps that most people already had.
I mean, at this point, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Like seeing, like, if you told me 10 years ago, here's a laptop that is powered by the CPU of a cell phone, I'd be like, that's a terrible idea, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And then Roku would make all the money in the world, And then, but now that doesn't sound so crazy.
Yeah, well, and
like I don't know how much more I want my phone to do that it can't do.
And you look at the power scores that come out of the iPads now and the iPhones, and like they are they're not like they're like in every test they're not outbeating desktop class processors, but in some tests that they definitely are. Like I think in single core performance they outperform desktop ones, but desktop processors I think tend to have more heavy duty cores, speaking very broadly as a tech passerby.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that works with battery life, because battery life is important, and especially if you're talking about laptops, right? Supposedly, using these ARM chips is more battery friendly, but now they're also powerful.
Did you ever get that notification on your phone where it's like, hey, if you don't mind, we'd like to kind of keep track of how often you charge your battery so that we can regulate it to keep your battery? Like, I guess a very slow charging battery lasts longer than a fast charging battery or whatever.
Yeah.
And especially with the addition of the wireless charging and all that stuff.
That's interesting. I don't know if I certainly don't remember a notification like that, but I know that they do stuff in terms of like trying to account for that, right? I'll see my phone where I'll plug it in and it'll say, hey, we're going to finish charging your phone at like 7 a.m. so that it's not sitting at 100% for 8 hours or whatever.
There was something in the phrasing of it that made me feel like what they were really saying was, hey, we're going to pay attention to your overall use patterns, and we're gonna figure out that you tend to go to sleep just after midnight. You tend to wake up, around 8 or 9 a.m. And we're gonna factor that into how we charge your battery. Is that cool? And I was like, weird, but I think cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Justin, what do you think about charging phone battery management?
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Batteries.
Man, I'm sick of all these haters. Like, I'm for it. Let's do it. Let's charge all the batteries. I'm sick of it. I'm glad about time somebody said some shit. I'm gonna charge these batteries. I don't give a fuck what you have to say, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna charge them with first degree fullness.
Ow!
And I'm gonna execute them to the maximum power of Ohm's law.
Exactly. Fuck you.
Did we ever figure out what happened to the audio yesterday?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, was the ham? All right, hold on, Bryce. Fucking answer this though.
Yeah, no.
Was
answer
the
this.
Hamburglar there?
Yes.
Was the Hamburglar there? And did he burgle the hams that led to the audio?
Also, may the jury notice how slow he is being to answer the question.
Wait.
Why won't
Exactly.
Bryce answer the Hamburglar charge?
I know. Also, Bryce, if it may please the court, proceed. Can you please
You
say
can't tell yourself to
rabble?
proceed.
I proceeded.
All right. Look, I know what this is about, and I quote Mayor McCheese when he said...
On his deathbed? Is that when he said that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
R.I.P.
Let
Mayor
it be known to the
McCheese.
court that Bryce just accused Mayor McCheese of dying.
Everyone's dying.
Yeah. Oh shit,
I mean,
he's
not in the
back.
Sylvia
Fucking,
Plath sense. Come on.
Meanwhile, an old woman in the back of the courtroom rips off her wig and says, "I've not died," and it's Mayor McCheese. Gotcha.
No.
Fuck you.
I like it even better if it's just a random lady who rips off her bra and says, "I've not died." Who wants
Yeah,
to fuck?
that's it. but like she's old, but those titties, wow. Like, I mean, like it's like Helen Mirren times 10.
Hard left turn there.
Well,
let's talk about Helen Mirren's titties.
That's not a hard left turn. Google Helen Mirren, man. Like, I'm just saying, they've held up.
Robble, more like Robble gobble them titties.
My hypothesis, and I'm not a forensic scientist.
What
There's
the
not
fuck
much
are
I
we
can check.
talking about right now?
We're talking about whether or not Bryce was a forensic scientist, and he finally
Were
admitted
you?
that he's not after years of false claims.
My hypothesis is still that this computer, either I logged out of it or didn't restart it in a certain way, and some hook tried to, I don't know, use the X32 in a couple of different ways.
Hold on,
So-
wait a minute.
Sorry,
what does
what?
that have to do about McDonald's?
Well, we were talking earlier actually about the audio. Now, the Hamburglar.
Also, is that a
Yeah.
hot new slang term for something derisive, like some hook tried to get its fingers into? Hey, yeah, I
Yeah.
restarted this computer. Some hook showed up, tried to get
No,
its
it
fingers
sounds like-
in
it
a
sounds like
user
one of
that
the
it didn't
jobs-
belong. More like loser.
It sounds like one of the jobs in a heist crew. Like, you're gonna need 2 Johnny boys, a flapjack, and at least a hook from here to Missouri.
Oh, no. You hold back the hook, right? I need you 2 flapjacks, a Johnny boy, 3 turbo tigers. And then it's like, pause. Yeah, but who's gonna be the hook? And then it's like Bryce Castillo.
Smash cut.
And then
Bryce
somebody
just
smashes,
making ramen.
just throws his drink on the ground and goes, robble.
I told you I'm not a forensic scientist. Oh, was that a spit take? Was that a spit take, Juice?
Yes.
Confirm spit take?
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I spit take.
Always
It was
You
fucking
can't. Don't
hilarious.
confirm it if it's not.
It was not a confirmed spit take.
Okay.
No, I just put it down. I put my drink down on the side.
Gotcha.
I'm living in a
Fuck are
hotel.
you
I don't know if
doing,
you've
man?
noticed
I mean,
that.
give the boy a spit take. Let him believe in Santa for just one more day. Come on, man. There you go.
My does.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Go
Favorite
ahead.
intro to
No,
any
it's
bit
fine.
ever.
Okay. Understand that if I thought about this more, I maybe would have held off saying this. My parents.
Nope. I'm way ahead of you. The shit take.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody says something exciting, all three of us.
Shit at the same time.
Yes.
I love.
Bryce,
Oh, man, that'd
I
be
love
great.
it. I love it. You're promoted. You're now a hyper manager. Go
I'd
see
love that.
President Hobgoblin.
Imagine like a table at the Friars Club, like, Gallagher and Brian Posehn and some other dude are talking, and they're like talking about the best spit takes they've gotten. And then there's some old forgotten comic like Mortimer Williams is like, amateurs still working on spit takes, huh? 1957, I made President Eisenhower's shit take on my bit about sandwiches.
For some reason, I want to
I
believe
said,
it's Bill
a
Gates.
slice of pimento. Just evacuated his entire bowels. He had to change shoes. He autographed one for me. It's on my desk.
I hope you cleaned it. I hope you cleaned the shit out of
Are
it.
you kidding me? How do
Nope.
you think he autographed it? The
I used his
DNA
shit.
came back positive for
I used
Mortimer.
Mortimer Williams, R.I.P.
Well, that was a good show.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, wrap it up. We got a good game.
So wait, why did the fucking audio fuck up?
Yeah. Why were you shitting on your shoes?
Who shit on the hamburger?
So my parents,
Bill Gates, huh?
my parents'
What do
dogs.
your parents have to do with
My
this?
parents' dogs, when you blow a raspberry around them, they get very scared.
Oh, no.
They run the fuck away. They don't want anything to do with farts or raspberry noise.
Bonnie's dog, before we got married, a Dalmatian named Duchess, fucking lost her goddamn mind at the sound of a didgeridoo. Didn't matter if it was a full size, like we had an actual didgeridoo, which was how we discovered this, but then later, 2.5-inch PVC pipe, lost her goddamn mind.
Damn. I would have liked to seen that.
I wish there
That
was
seems
more
like-
to that story.
Is there another brow update, or are we at stasis on Browgate?
I think we got as far as, let's talk about that before school. Also, doing it will fuck up, Scam Nation episodes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got the burps.
I wonder if did Bonnie just give you a knowing nod, understanding that your part of the catch and kill had been had been executed?
I think the stakes were so high that Bonnie didn't trust herself to be anywhere near the disarmament of that nuclear bomb. It was a bit like, oh, this is real and it might happen. So if you don't mind, I'll be on a helicopter. And then that
also seems prime. Like Josie is just now entering into like fuck you mom territory. So like that does seem like stay away.
Look at that grimace. The grimace in
Yeah.
response to that assertion.
Let me tell a totally unrelated story about how adolescents tend to come of age.
Let's talk about a fantasy girl named Posey.
Parker Posey?
I believe it is not uncommon for children entering puberty to shift the parent they want to hear more from.
Yeah.
Okay.
New sentence. Josie is 12. End of discussion. And then all the things that you would imagine. I mean, whatever. She's going through normal stuff where it's like, at first it's like, you're a kid, you want to be like mom, and then you hit puberty and your dad becomes sort of, to many people, the model that they eventually want to court and date or whatever.
Aging Dr. Freud.
I think I'm literally. Hold on.
Yes.
Do you get to do that? Like I'm making a reference to a thing. It's like
I'm piggybacking.
paging. Oh, God, right.
Piggybacking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think we're at that phrase where, especially, I mean, anybody who's watching Scam Nation, like no DNA test needed there.
Yeah.
Every time we post a Scam
I mean,
Nation,
fucking paging Dr. Freud.
Wait, what? No, hold on. You made it weird.
That was
How did
even
you do
weird.
that?
What? I don't even. I was just trying to be cool. I don't even know what that means.
peer pressure.
It's the hot
I mean,
new
Jesus,
TikTok.
paging Dr. Freud over here.
Yeah, paging.
Yeah, every time we post a Scam Nation video, one of these ones with Josie, everyone in the comments always realizes some moment that I never miss. I always have to watch it a million times and totally lose myself to it. But they're always like, "Oh yeah, look at a minute 20. They laugh in the exact same moment, in the exact same way." And I'm like, "Oh, they do."
Well, what's double funny to me is the music nerds are the ones that be like, yeah, and she's a perfect third above him, or whatever it is. It's like whatever that perfect harmony thing is. I'm like,
Scale.
oh shit, yeah, we do harmonize. That's Kookaburra.
Dude,
God damn, I'm so glad we settled that. I was so worried that would go
she was
unsettled.
gonna shave her goddamn eyebrow right off, clean off.
No. The question about whether or not we harmonized when we laughed.
And it turns out that you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad, man. A lot of people were asking about it. Like, I think so, but maybe not.
What if
Where
I
are
offer
we
a
at?
trade-off where it's like,
Yeah,
you can
I'm with it.
shave your eyebrows any way you want, but you also have to do the Max Maven and shave your head into, a Ming the Merciless. Hold on, I can simulate this for you.
Yeah.
Well, now it's just a bald guy, but
Yeah, so basically just obliterate.
A very strong
Hey,
widow's peak.
I mean, like
I mean,
not even
whatever.
strong.
I'm glad
like
you're
fucking-
impressed. I'll show you what a strong widow's peak looks
That's
like.
a bang. That's a singular bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a very, very strong widow's peak.
By the way, hold on, wait a minute. Can I just ask everybody who's in the chat right now, because I'm seeing a lot of like Justin's doing shit from an Airbnb bathroom. How many people came and watched the show after the Brian or Justin were in a hotel every episode era? Like, how many of you guys you sweet summer children have been spoiled on the Brian and Justin are always in a studio and not in a hotel all the time? Because this used to be the show. This used to be every episode of the show was one of us in a hotel somewhere.
Yeah, post a 1 in the chat if this is a new experience to you.
Yeah.
So you're still in the hotel? I mean, fucking obviously you're still in the hotel, but
No, seriously.
No,
we
this is
answered
my
the question
studio.
about how
Your
are
life
you in the
is.
hotel? Check yes or
I
no.
don't talk to you every day. What are you? What's up?
I'm in a hotel, Bryce. I'm in a hotel, although I found out something.
It's actually a motel.
I did a little Google. It actually is a motel. But no, it's actually I don't know. This is boring. Anyway, it's like an Airbnb, but they rent it out like a hotel. Anyway.
Weird.
So,
How do you
found
say
out.
the phrase "it's boring" and then say words that somehow make it more interesting?
Is it interesting? I don't know. I guarantee you that's the most interesting. I can talk more about it, and I guarantee you you'll be bored with every
Is there a
sentence.
front desk?
I
Do
mean,
you
it's
go
like,
and
it's like
No.
you just said the words.
Oh.
Ugh, it's so boring. It's so boring. It's haunted and it infects your DNA. Anyway, and then like expect us to just walk past all of that.
So it is a functional motel, but there's no front desk. You have to do it on the phone.
Motel. It's an old motel that they renoed all the rooms and all the shit inside is new, right? But there's no front desk. There's no daily housekeeping. You just you get punch codes when you sign in on an app, and you just punch code
punched.
into the front gate, and then you punch into your room, and that's it. That's the tweet. It's
Is
my
it- Is
hotel.
there's a price break for all of the amenities lost, yeah?
It's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper. And that's why I did it, because I have no idea how long I'm going to be in here, depending on the COVID test that I took and get back. So there's a possibility I might be in here for one episode or more.
Now,
but in the
if there's more to this, please let's do it. But I do want to. I'm sure you know that you've been replaced. Is that right?
Sorry?
I'm aware. This fucking bitch.
What?
Is my wife. What a bitch.
So this
bringing fucking another goose into my goddamn bathroom.
So there's a goose living in your actual domicile's bathtub. Oh, look at it.
Yeah. That's actually file footage of me when I get high on edibles and order mixed. That's actually file footage of me just like, no, I think we should get another romaine salad.
I'm gonna judge's ruling not a replacement, because that looks to be a serious goose, and as we all know,
that is a serious goose.
Oh,
I'm a silly goose.
Jesus, a silly goose.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, Anna is our neighbor downstairs, and she's like a literal Disney princess. She literally just finds animals that are hurt on the side of the road and then nurses them back to health. She has a 3-legged bunny because she found one on the side of the road in Vegas, and now that's a thing.
Hold on, give me one moment, because you said a literal Disney princess, and it was like I had a divide by zero error, because I was like, literal Disney princesses are never allowed to admit that they're Disney princesses. They say they're friends with Disney princesses. How can she be a little bit?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to trigger you into Disney adult free fall there. No, she found that goose that had a leg broke, and so she brought it in, and Ashley helped her get it. And so I guess I don't know why they came to our bathtub as opposed to her bathtub, but
You weren't
now
using
there's a goose. I guess not. Yeah, and Ashley doesn't bathe, so fucking whatever.
But she does have to shower with the goose, and the goose likes.
And the
cool with
goose,
that.
yeah. I mean, more action I've gotten in the last fucking week.
Hey, Juice,
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Go, shoot.
How was the crack? Did you try the crack?
I did try the crack.
What'd you think of the crack?
I tried the crack.
It was a
Some good crack.
It's good crack, isn't
Some
it?
good crack.
It's good.
Some good crack.
Oh shoot! I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I actually just beat the crack for my second time today on the new second character.
How many spires are there?
Is
it just spot?
It's one, but it's random. It's randomized.
Oh, well, I know. I beat one boss, and then I went to another map.
Oh, there are
so like
three,
how many maps?
There are like 3 tiers to the spire. So there's like 50,
Gotcha,
50
okay.
levels.
Yeah, it's
Asterisk.
smart. Yeah, it's a cool. No, it's Slay the Spire. It's on iOS now. Bit of a sloppy port, I will say.
Yeah,
Like,
I wish the port
it's-
was better, a little better.
It's definitely a PC game with a bunch of PC ass buttons, and some of the stuff is not particularly intuitive. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. I'm really digging it, and also it doesn't require internet, so I am happy that is the case while I'm on flights.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I figured it would be up your alley, and it's cool. So have you mostly been playing what is it? Ironclad, the first warrior guy, the red guy?
No, I got Electro Man.
Oh, the blue guy.
And so I've been playing Electro Man, which I think is what Ernest calls himself when he gets electrocuted and Ernest goes to prison in the electric chair. I think he looks directly in the camera and says, "I'm Electro Man," and then starts zapping people. But it's not Ernest in Slay the Spire. It's another person. But I've been playing him.
Oh, okay. Nice. I've been making my way through. I want to go through the characters, so I do red and then green and then blue and then whoever the fourth guy is. But play that character until I beat the Spire, so I get a good sense. So I just beat with green today, and I had a fucking great deck. Oh, it was so good. Anyway, Brian, this is what it's like.
I
This is
really
what it's
dig
like.
the way they do it. Are you not into this, Bri? I thought you were into this.
There were 17 different off ramps that I was trying to take comedically, but I don't want to build a reputation for fucking up a honest conversation about a game, because I'm very thrilled that you, who claims that you don't like games, is getting into games.
I mean, like, look, if you can fill in a niche of game to play while I'm cooking, making coffee, or on an airplane, then brother, you've got a customer.
Dance Dance Revolution.
That's it. I'm just fucking I'm dancing again, and then I'm calling for revolution because this government needs to go. It's got to go. Past due date on this government.
Oh my gosh.
We got to.
It's got a CS:GO.
CS:GO. We got kind of political on the happy hour today. That was fun.
Yeah, it turns out a lot of people like that Tulsa shit. A lot of people listen to it. I've been getting a lot of like feedback from other creators and
Watchmen. It's called Watchmen.
people about it. I love the comic book, Brian. It's a very good comic book called Watchmen. I love it. As for the TV show, in this climate, I'm glad people enjoy it.
I love watching Justin walk his way back from, at first it was only Captain Marvel he had no public opinion on, and now it's like also, I had a dream where I had an opinion about Watchmen. I don't remember.
All right,
it just
all right.
evaporated.
Okay, so we're in a moment of historic
Go ahead,
racial
on the record.
upheaval, right?
Finally.
All these things
The
are
interview
happening
you've
where
waited. Yes.
all these things are happening where that probably should have happened for a long time, and a lot of people are having conversations that they haven't had in a long time. Watchmen was a show that I thought its best moments came when it discussed racial issues, although I don't know if it was exactly as clear or revelatory as some found it, but I will allow them to enjoy that moment.
As some fools
What
found
nobody
it to
wants
be.
to hear. What? No, I'm not saying fools.
Yes,
Here's what nobody
only
wants
foolish
to hear.
people we're happy
Nobody
to
wants
see
to hear.
yours.
Nobody wants to hear at a big celebration and conversation about the role of black people in America to have me come up, push up my glasses, and say, I was not a fan of how they treated Rorschach. I think clearly the protagonist of The Watchmen should have had a more clear moral arc in the sequel. Nobody wants to hear that. So I'll leave that to myself. I have in my head, I can say that over and over and over again with zero penalty, and the rest of everybody can enjoy the dialogue that was had in that show and the horrifyingly shitty makeup job on Dr. Manhattan. They can enjoy that. They can enjoy the pancake of middle school makeup that they used for Dr. Manhattan and the racial dialogue. That's fine.
He's not bitter
I'm
at
glad that they talked about the Tulsa Black Wall Street thing. Very honestly, I was happy to go there. I'd never been to the Greenwood district of Tulsa. I was glad to see it and be there, and it was an honor to be there on Juneteenth. Boom. That's what you call a dismount. Nobody can fucking cut in on that.
This is one of those moments where I want you to imagine smash cut to the wide open plains of Odessa. Justin pulls out some kind of device that measures for comedy gold, and he says, well, nothing here. And then smash cut over to Brian. It says all the numbers. And then he looks over at Justin, and he looks back at the numbers. And then Justin says, hey man, we gotta sit here all day or what? You got something? And Brian says, nah, it's just like you said. There ain't nothing here.
Are you talking about Watchmen?
Yeah. All I want to do is needle you constantly and forever about like all I want to do is to increasingly try to get you to say, no, sorry, that's not how the scene goes. The scene ends with, no, you're right, brother. There's nothing here.
I mean, all right.
It's cool.
All I'm saying is
We can keep talking about it. I'm just like
all,
He's twisting.
all I'm saying is I love you. I love you. I love you so much that I'm willing to walk right past whatever comedic depths of.
first the fucking goose and now this, Bryce. You see who all of my closest friends and lovers are turning against me. You're all I have, Bryce. You're the only one. You give me crack. You give me crack.
I give you crack in text
this
messages.
Everybody else, you just wanna get me canceled because I hated Watchmen.
We agree. There's nothing here. There's not. Look. Hold on. Let me hit delete. Boop 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 boop. Look. It says 0 gold in here. All right. Let's move on to the next town.
That's like you finding gold and then loudly saying, "What he doesn't know is I've actually found gold, but I'm not telling him because he's a good friend." Anyway, Rip, you're right. Nothing here.
Yeah.
Aging Dr. Freud.
All right. If anyone needs to go use the bathroom and go get a drink, now is the time to do it. If you are a patron of not just Night Attack, but any of the shows that we designate on the Night Attack Discord, that's Night Attack and Cord Killers and Weird Things, or if you're a Twitch subscriber, in the Diamond Lounge channel, Science just distributed a few hours ago a ringtone of Science.
Oh, play the ringtone.
Well, I don't. It's exclusively for our paying friends.
Also, real quick, just to check, does the ringtone also measure whether or not there's comedy gold under there?
You
Son of a bitch.
You can use it for whatever uses you would like. So if I'll try to.
Can you just give people, so imagine that you're getting a call from someone you really don't like and you can't send them to voicemail fast enough, like that amount
Or
of
like
the
you're
ringtone.
about to nail your pitch to Netflix. You are almost landed. You've talked about the second screen experience, and then suddenly, midway through your pitch, you get.
So just to give you a taste, just beep beep.
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. That's just a taste. It's just a taste. Just a taste.
Live acapella,
taste.
not
It's a
the
taste.
same.
I know. So
Did you ever find Carmen San Diego?
Yeah.
she's on Netflix also. Turns out.
Yeah.
She freaks
shit,
around
that's
the
right.
world.
God damn it, no.
She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Belize down to Brazil.
So if you are,
Tell me those are the lyrics. She's a sticky fingered.
I'm pretty sure
she's a
It's
sticky
filter
finger
from-
girl.
No, that's a wrong
Don't know
song.
good mother.
She will probably steal the mountains. And
Until you
also
get her off the
pyramids.
street.
When you see that ziggurat, that freak.
She's a zinger freak. Zinger freak. Okay.
There's something there.
Yeah, stay away.
We have to workshop
Danger,
that
Will
line.
Robinson.
We're gonna workshop that line.
She probably stole the 10th pin. It's a bowling joke.
Why would you steal the pin? I need it. I need to hit it.
Fuck him up, man.
Fuck him up, Carmen. So if you are a patron to one of those shows, make sure your Patreon and Discord accounts are connected so you get the Diamond Lounge channel. Or if you're a Twitch subscriber, make sure your Twitch account is linked to your Discord account. That'll get you into the Diamond Lounge. And I'm going to try to get it posted to the Night Attack Patreon, but I have to catch Brian when he can look at his phone.
There's a lot of shit that's going on. Leave the Bryce alone.
Yeah, man. Look, he's a stinky fingered filcher.
Filcher from Belize down to Brazil.
He's probably busy stealing a ziggurat right now. Come on, man.
I mean,
Dude's got a lot
Jesus,
going on.
Don't look at my cigarette
paging.
collection.
Yeah, so fuck you, man. Come on.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Uh,
Oh, what's
Fuck
next?
you.
Yeah, stealing the Colossus. Hey.
Yeah.
Get bent.
Well, she
I don't
sneaks
know who
around the
Colossus-
world from Kiev to Carolina. She's the sticky finger filcher from Belize down to Brazil. She'll
No.
take you on a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
She's probably stealing an entire continent from the indigenous people.
real.
The sad part is you don't know which continent I'm talking about.
You should have learned more in your American history classes, but they were underfunded during the Reagan administration.
Psych, it was Australia Aborigines.
Double racism fake out is a thing that now happens where you feel bad about yourself and then you feel bad about feeling bad about someone else. This is a multifaceted world that we're living in 2020. Tell me where in the world is moral relativity?
All right.
The one
Oh,
thing
good.
we can't agree upon is that Marco Polo sucked. What was up with that one scene where you literally saw a camera in the corner of the frame?
Not the guy. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
We have
Although we
opinions
love
about
Ben-
Netflix.
Although we love
And then
Benny
we
Wong,
say them
he
on
was
the
great as
show.
Kublai Kai. They probably should have called him Genghis Khan. He's the guy.
We're singing over each other so you can enjoy us. Tell me, paging Dr. Freud.
All right, please go get a drink and use the bathroom if you
All
need
right,
to
I'll
do
be right
so. Oh shit, Justin, how's it going? How you doing, Jason?
Going a little crazy, Bryce. I'm not gonna lie.
You going crazy?
I don't know how long I'm gonna be in this cell. It
A
looks
couple more
like a
days.
very Art Deco cell
It-
that I'm in.
It does look very prison-y.
Looks
the
a little
plaster's
prison-y.
Is that like plaster on what, like a concrete brick, basically, like a school
I
wall?
fucking don't even know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it looks. It
Are you in
kind
the
of looks
bathroom?
like. No, I'm in the corner of the room.
Oh, I
Here's-
see.
Here's the bed and like art and some shit.
Very.
It's actually a very nice little hotel room. But you know, I mean, I gotta. I'm living here.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm here. I don't even know if I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I found out this. I can get a rapid test for $190.
Insurance won't cover it.
They're not affiliated with the big K, Dr. K, Kaiser.
Ugh, that
Um,
sucks.
so I
But you'll get your results in another day or two. Like, you'll be good. You know, a buddy of mine just got a very mild infestation of bed bugs, and
wow.
and it was, I don't know, it was some weird thing where like he had scheduled for them to come. Like, he was like, I'll just get rid of all the beds and stuff. I'll just get new ones, whatever. And
Yeah.
even after getting it treated and all, the disposal people were like, well, we can't take it away for like 2 weeks until after you treat it and all this stuff. So he's just like sleeping on an air, because he also can't sleep near the bed because then the bed bugs, they say they're attracted to the smell, and then it's like, ugh. And so
I got bed bugs once.
yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks, man.
I had to have this fucking skin cream
Ugh.
that like was among the most painful, like not necessarily painful, but like psychologically torturous experiences I've ever had in my entire life.
Ooh,
God.
bed bugs?
Well, the
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Um,
bad.
Yeah. You know, we're dealing with. I don't. We should start the show, but it's like.
Ooh, bop. Ooh, bop. Brian's got a problem. Bop.
I mean,
Does he know that he wants to talk about it on the show? Bop.
apparently, chiggers
Mhm.
especially love to bite.
The sensitive areas,
Yeah, or
uh,
the sweaty joints.
places underneath the bands of your underwear. Like,
the bad touch zone.
swear to God, if it weren't a violation of TOS, I would drop try right
You
now.
don't need to.
There's
You really don't need to show your body off
75.
anytime
It's
you talk
if
about
you
it.
if you want a paint by numbers, or, no, connect the dots of what my
Sure.
underwear looks like. It's
I don't have any in my sensitive zone, but I do have some up and down my legs. The solution, what has worked well for me is Neosporin or generic Neosporin, especially like right when it happens, and then anti-itch like lotion.
So it's one of those things where it's like
Because you just have to give it time. You can't do anything
right.
about
It's
it.
not so much the thing; it's the scratching.
Right, because then it'll open up
Especially
and
at
if it gets
night
infection.
when you're not paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was one time I don't know what got into my eye, but it was one of those things where it's like all night I was doing this rubbing on
you
my
gotta
eye,
watch out for that.
and I woke up with just the most hilarious like just a silver dollar size scab on my face that shut my eye. It was awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
been there.
Ugh.
I blame Carmen San Diego.
All right. Here back, juice. Yeah. No. The chicken. Because I've got bites like that before, and I had always assumed it was just like, oh, I guess the poison ivy either got through my clothes or went up my skin, because it's all oil, right? The poison ivy is like it's oil getting touched, but it had always been sporadic and like little dots and stuff. I had never put together that chigger bites would actually were actual bugs getting up in there and looking for.
I spent a full month convinced that there was quote unquote in my mind a flea, as if there was just one, maybe the
Red Hot Chili
bassist from
Peppers.
Red
Under the bridge.
I want to believe that only flea was waiting till the middle of the night and going yum, 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 all along my underwear line. Took me a while to figure out oh wait, they're everywhere and they crawl up and they want to get cozy and
Yeah.
What
You've got to the thing that they say online is you got to take a shower immediately. When you think you've been, so anytime we do an outdoor shoot, I go home and shower immediately just in case. Because it's not the adults, it's the babies.
Sorry. You mean chigger babies, not
Yes,
human
not
babies.
human babies.
You're it's not the adults, it's the babies. I'm they're not even wearing underwear. What are you even talking about?
Well, okay, I have no response to that. But yeah, and then you just gotta wait it out, and it sucks because it's hot boy summer. I'm trying to show off my legs, and I got bites.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's what?
Well, it's summer.
Hot boy summer,
and so it's hot boy
Brian.
summer.
What is hot boy summer?
Brian, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
All right.
Mental.
Let's jump in. Oh.
All right, you guys, let's do a show here. Let me click on some buttons.
Oh,
Bop-boop-a-doo-bop-boop-bop.
wait.
Oh.
I have a question.
Okay.
So the gate on there, when I'm in your seat,
Uh-huh.
it drives me batty that I'm only hearing the there's 10% before I hear the word I'm saying,
Uh-huh.
and then the end of the word gets cut off, and it just makes me want to shout. How do you work around that?
Well, I can either show you how to turn the gate down. I keep the gate pretty high up because you're over there and you're kind of loud and it gets picked up over here.
All right.
Or,
all right.
or,
The answer is it's your fault. I hear you.
Or no,
Look, it's a hot
come
boy
on.
summer. I understand.
It
I can't afford it.
is.
That's fine.
Hot
Let's
boy
start
summer.
the show and tee this up for maybe a spring. Can I afford it in spring?
In fact, everybody, please go on Twitter at Brycus, BRYCKS, and just to be
Yes.
respectful, wish him a merry hot boy
Please
summer.
do it. Please do
just
it.
be nice. Just a merry hot boy summer to you, good sir.
And when
In
the
fact,
bites,
wish each other a merry hot boy summer
That's
all
right.
the time. It's all throughout the. We
Do
deserve
they
it. We've been
know
through so
it's
much.
hot boy summer at all? Da 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 da. Da-da, come on.
Okay. The other thing is I get right up on the mic.
That was a real little like Neil Cicierega mashup.
Yeah, the other thing is I get like I'm gonna get it right up on the mic.
Yeah, I think I get uncomfortable when I hear too much of myself, so I tend to back away.
Well, so if you want to hear too much of yourself or not enough of yourself, you'll have to make the decision.
Do they know it's hot boy summer? Da, 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 da.
Where is my YouTube? Okay.
It's time to come together, femboy hooters in warmer weather. Everybody, hot boy summer, come on!
All right, here we go.
Da-da-da-da-da, tomboy. What was it? Tomboy.
Tomboy Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Outback.
All right.
Here we go.